I get started. Wow, okay, now I can change my mic because I feel like it's real quiet. How is this? Let me turn it up even more. I'm going to see if I can turn down music just a little. Sound effects usually aren't bad, but I'll turn it down just slightly. I'll keep the dialogue up because there's a lot of dialogue in this game. Okay, I'm a loud person anyway, so once I get this back, it should be fine. Alright, so I've played this game before, it's one of my favorites. Wanted to play it again just to go through it so I can, once I get everything set up, start going through the Unfinished Swan, which I have not played, but it's from the same makers and kind of includes a character, I guess, from this story. I actually did a report about this game as well a couple of years ago. So I've seen a lot of Let's Plays too. So I just wanted to go through it, talk about the stuff that I really like about it when it comes to game design and when it comes to narrative and different things like that. Because it is one of my favorites. The decisions made are like amazing. So to start off, trigger warnings if you've not seen this. All the trigger warnings basically. Any death-related trigger warning that you can think of, this probably has it. Because this game is about death. And because it's about death, it's about life. And I think that's why I like it. I like stories that deal with making you realize that you are alive, and that's kind of a big deal. And things that find meaningfulness in the meaninglessness of life. Because, you know, make your own meaning kind of thing. So yeah, this whole story's about death. And I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. Hey, Dragon Loot, how you doing? Dragon Loot, have you played this? If you haven't, it's fantastic. Sorry, I'm geeking out. That's this whole point of the stream today, and I'm trying to go through the whole thing. But me just geeking out over stuff. Like, they started it out with music that kind of got you into it. Now you got a background of this boat, and you're traveling somewhere. Ooh, I haven't done this before. I haven't looked around enough. And so, like, even, oh my god. Okay, one of the things I love about this game is the foreshadowing and all the details kind of all tie in with other parts of the game. Like, can I zoom in? I can't, oh, I can zoom in. So, like, this cannery thing, that's gonna come up. Travel's gonna come up. It's amazing. Okay, Dragon Loot, you said I haven't played this, but I came in for the trigger warnings. So now I know, now I know I can't say. It's not... Again, I say it's not bad, but I don't need to worry about it. I don't mind death. But yeah, this whole game's about death. But the good thing is, and I think that's why I like it so much, is all the deaths are made to be wonderful, and something that all the characters look forward to, and I can't explain it. It makes death kind of beautiful. So I just like this game. Okay, so we start out with someone looking at a book or like a journal, say it's Edith Finch, and some flowers, and the person's hand is in a cast, which is great. And I love how they use symbols to get you to interact. Like, obviously this is going to be to open this up. I don't know what button to press, so what do? I press all the buttons. And I press my trigger, and it opens it up. It opens it up partly.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
and I had to use the joystick to open the book the rest of the way up. And so now we're looking at the house. Oh, and I apologize. I did not realize this was still running in the background. There we go. Unless I accidentally turned it off somehow. I'm trying to remember if you know in real life why I can't stay for this. Oh, I probably maybe I don't know. But anyways, I have news. Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your news. I will give trigger warnings as I get closer to the things that should have trigger warnings, if that helps. It's pretty dull at the beginning. Dull depending on how you see stories. It's like, there's no jump scares or anything.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
And see, I think this is great. Whenever games start you somewhere and then you it basically is trying to tell you to go down this path because it's a path, and it gives you a thing in the middle to go down. I love it when if you say, hey, what happens when I go behind me? What happens? And this actually had dialogue, which is great. And not only dialogue, it has dialogue matching the thing that was said.
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Missing. If you have information about Milton, call the Orcas Island Police Department. That makes me wonder which dev picture this is. Okay, thank you, but I got a job. Where's the job at, Dragon Loot? I'm excited to hear that you got a job. I quit mine.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay, and so far it's really pretty. We got a path, only really one way to go. And I can only really just walk around, but as I told some students a while back, one of the cool things about this kind of like very free-flowing 360, can look anywhere I want to look, can go anywhere I want to go, how do you get the player to go the way you want in a narrative? One of those things is contrast in like light or sound or movement, and this is a good example of that. Out of all of this like regular humdrum stuff, this box has a glowing ball on it. Like, that's something that you don't see in like regular woods. So you go up to it and it gives you a prompt of a symbol that doesn't need to use words. It's pretty sweet. Using the same button I did before, it basically prompting you to move some more, so you move
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Dragon Loot, I am a software engineer, full stack Java. Nice! Dude, you're gonna make bank. Oh, look at this picture. Like, this is the first time I really looked at it. It's like a little door with a finch on it. How cute is that? And it's a house. Oh, it's actually kind of like the house. Oh, it's like a mirror image of the house. Okay, sorry, I'm geeking out because there's like stuff that I didn't notice until now. And it's been a while since I've played. Oh, that's so cool. I love it when they give foreshadowing. Or like kind of show you a preview of the place you're going to be. This is awesome. Sorry. This is like really cool. Orca Island Gazette. That is a cool job, by the way. Like,
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
I was making pretty good money as a software developer. Things have changed in the company, so I decided to do a lot of stuff on my own for a while, and then probably start looking for a similar job again. But you make good money, and that's what I'm living on right now. Ah, I love it. So this game is really great on having the narrative, having someone talk it, as well as the words coming in, and it's not just captioning, it's words in the environment that react with the environment and react with interaction. Amazing. I don't think I can kill myself, so nope, can't jump off of there. Sorry, this habit.
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Okay, so here's a really cool thing. There's actually 2 paths here. I'm gonna go to the one on the right. They both lead to the same place, but I think they have different dialogue.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Okay, chat. Well, not for the first 2 years. Basically, it was a training program that subcontracts me out and gives me 2 years of job security, but slightly lower pay, and I'm working for a big end client. Nailed the interview with the end client and found out that I got the job less than 3 hours after the interview ended. Nice! Oh, yeah. That's really cool. I love how there's opportunities to do kind of like boot camp stuff where you get training, but you also get to work and get that experience up, and it works out in the end because you learn a lot and you can decide later how you want to use that education and training versus going into a lot of debt for college or working your butt off someplace you don't want to be just to make ends meet, and then you don't have the time to learn what you want to learn. So I like the fact that there's more paths to doing what you want to do nowadays.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Hey, Dragon Therian, how you doing? Oh, hey! Dragon Therian, thank you so much. You are the 100th follower.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
The 100th member to the nest. So welcome to the nest. Oh no, 2 dragons at once. I know. For a second there, I'm like, dude, did you come in as another name just to get me to 100?
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
I do hope you enjoyed the game. Dragon Therian, I'm actually playing it for maybe the 6th time. But yeah, I'm just going and geeking out about it because I like this game so much. And I kind of wanted to revisit it after all these years. I did a report on it back in 2019, talking about narrative and stuff like that. But yeah, I love this game. Everyone says it's sad. I'm like, they make death really, really awesome and kind of something to look forward to. So I don't know. To me, it's not sad, even though I do cry on the last line always gets me to cry. So yeah. I'm the second dragon. Okay, I played 3 times. Yeah, see? It's a good game to replay. Pillis watched like 90 playthroughs. Plus watch like 90 playthroughs. Yeah. If you haven't yet, I don't know if you know of them. Oh god, was it Evan and Caitlin did a playthrough recently of it too. So that's an interesting one to watch as well. Dragon Loot. Yeah, I just 80,000 alt accounts, so I can just instantly get any one person I want to partner. Twitch hasn't caught on yet. Dragon Theory and fuck yeah. I don't know if you're joking. Other than the fact that one of you said that you have played and the other one said you haven't. Okay, let me go back and talk what I was going to say. So, I love the fact that it stops you at the right distance to get a good look at the house, so you can kind of see all the different detail from afar, and it gives you kind of a setup to what you might be seeing later. There's even a little path here that you can go by this lake, where there's this wooden dragon that looks like it fell apart, which looks kind of weird, but that's actually one of the stories that we told. Can I go faster? I can zoom in. Look at that zooming in. About to zoom in. I bet you there's something over here that I just didn't pay attention to. It's got a good license plate. Probably means something, I just don't know what. What should show up in the next game. Love the sound effects.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Oh, this is so cool. Every time something gets prompted, I'm like, okay, so where was the trigger? And did it have to be set up a certain way to make sure you're facing the right way to see the words pop up? More missing posters.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
It's a good other shot at that dragon. I take it you have played the other game, but this devs have made. I haven't. That's actually why I'm playing this. I want to play the unfinished one. But I have to get my computer set up, so I was like, I'll play this as I get my computer set up, and the next game I play, most likely on Sundays, will be Unfinished 1, because I haven't played that yet. Dragon Loot, okay, hope this other account isn't me. I'm not pulling your leg, that comment was sarcastic. It's kind of hard to tell. Sarcasm.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
It's hard to know sarcasm in text. And plus you're a playful person, so I could see you joking around and playing like that. And being nice. Okay, so obviously front door, it's the first thing that most people might want to try. So, and it's got one of these little orby things on it.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Oh, cool. I haven't tried that before. So you can zoom in while the words are coming up. But you can't really see much. I like her outfit. Her sleeves. And I think this is telling. A lot of people don't look at this. I'm disabled, so I noticed it right away. Those could have easily been stairs. So that means that someone was probably old in the house or disabled and needed the ramp here. Because this ramp isn't something you just put in solely for gardening or for trying to take heavy wood down. That's a ramp that's like, oh, we need to do something about this so someone doesn't have to go up the stairs. Let's see if this will let me in. No. And again, contrast and sound. I triggered the sound of the chimes as I was over here looking for a door, and that brought my attention over here. Because really, in a 360 environment, the biggest thing is, especially when telling a closed story, controlling attention, basically. And, okay, here, this is cool too. I am just walking forward to the door. It is automatically pushing my head downward, or my camera downward, to this door. So if I push forward, it goes through this. I'm not...
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I'm not bending down or anything with my controller. So I think that's pretty cool. I cannot go back through. I can turn the light on.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Okay, maybe not. And the weird thing is, after playing this game with the words, I sometimes imagine, when I'm writing stuff or I'm trying to think of stuff, I'll imagine it as words on the wall. Because, you know, half the time I don't have anything to write with anyway. This little garage. Wish I had a garage. I have a studio-ish area. I guess my garage would be the same. I love how they have a tennis ball hanging down. That's like a classic thing if you have a garage, not to hit things. And little Saturn. Is that a Saturn? On the antenna. Dragon Therian, I'm not a clone of someone else. Dragon Therian, have you played It Takes Two yet? And Dragon Loot, if you're still here, you played it? So want to know where I'm working in a little while? Sure. If you want to say on the chat, you can. Just know that it's going to be on my chat.
For the first time in years.
Hey, this is also what I like about this game. It'll start you off, and then you get closer because you're like, wait, what? And then you use the prompts.
I felt like I was home.
And it gives you the rest of the sentence, which is nice. If I didn't switch to digital books, this would be my house.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
I'd have books everywhere. A loving memory of Lewis Finch. Again, this story's about death. Edith, Edie, Lewis on the right, and Dawn. Now, Dawn is the mother of me, of my character that I'm playing at the moment. Edith is me. That's me when I'm younger. Or like 13-ish, I think, or 11. And then Edie's the grandmother, and then Lewis is the older brother. Who worked at a cannery.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Dragon Loot says, I have played the first half of the first chapter of It Takes Two. Oh, nice. The Hammer the Nail one. That game is awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. I wish the ending was a little different. My friend suggested an ending where the parents still got, spoiler alert. That the parents still got divorced and they're happily divorced. And I like that because I have divorced parents. And even my dad had married someone else prior to my mom, and it seemed like they got along. Like, to me, divorce isn't a negative thing. So it kind of frustrates me that they made a big deal about them staying together. Like, they can be happy together or alone. It doesn't matter. Or when I say alone, I mean separate, not alone, but separate. They could have still made it work. But very, very fun game, though.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Which explains the Chinese box in the boat. And so after this, you can kind of just go around the different places in the house, which is cool because you get to see a bunch of different detail. And they put so
Nothing
much
in the
detail
house
in
looked
this.
abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
I have a friend who we went to his house a couple of times for parties, and although they weren't around a door frame like this, he would use books as like kind of like artwork in his house because he just had so many, and it was so cool. Let's see if I can get through the peephole. Yeah.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
And I didn't even have to push any buttons for that. I just went toward it and it looked through.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Okay, look at the chat. Dragon Loot, so I'm not concerned about saying the company because it's a massive company, multinational. Is it one of those crap, what are they called? Ming? Is it a Ming company? Okay, so I know this is part of the story, but we'll try it. Barbara.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Bunch of stuff about Barbara here being on the set. Looks like some kind of Bigfoot thing. Picture of the family.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
You can still look through it. I wonder why her mom said not to be in the basement. More photos.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Love it. Setting it up like, wait, a house can sink? Look at the size of this tree. Oh, so pretty. Oh, ooh. I haven't seen that before. Hold on. It was a prompt, I think. Did I miss it? Or maybe it was just dust. It's a nice house.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Oh, look at the little finches on the plates. If I had a last name that was named after a bird, I'd probably make birds more of my thing. Ironically, my pseudonym is Blackbird in Welsh.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Aw. And so again, yeah, the wheelchair you had.
It was like
chairlift.
a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
So obviously, it explains the ramp. Oh, iPad or iPod and a speaker thing. This was made in 2017, I think. Okay, look at chat. It's Infosys. Ooh, nice company. Massive custom contractor for companies like Verizon and Citibank. At this point, I wouldn't be too surprised if the skeleton closet has actual skeletons with this house. You know what? You're not that far off. I didn't think about that, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think I know where that would be if there is one. Because I've seen Let's Plays, but it's one of those things where there's so much detail that it's easily missed on some stuff. Here's another door. Have I been through here? Oh, yeah, I have. Alright, onward. So obviously can't do anything downstairs. But I'm gonna go upstairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
I like the cause and effect there. And of course the text is going to where they want you to go next, but I'm gonna go explore. I'm gonna see what this is about.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Oh, I know you were joking, but this game would probably make that a part of the story. Barbara's story, especially, because Barbara was a horror actress, as you can see in a lot of her stuff here. She's a horror actress, so a skeleton in a closet kind of makes sense.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Look at this guy's beard. Okay, I'm gonna go look in Barbara's room. 44
Barbara
to
was a
60.
child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Another thing I love about these peepholes, it's doing that thing where it shows you where you're going to be eventually. And it sets it up for a nice payoff. I can go up. But I can also go down here where the words want me to go. I think I'll go down here where the words want me to go. Calvin and Sam. Calvin, 1950 to 1961. He's 11.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
So you see space in the Saturn thing again. Look into Molly's room. No, Gregory. Okay, this is Gregory's room. The
As a kid,
one-year-old
I just
child.
assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Oh crap. Now I understand why it's a bathroom. That's dark. They made that his memorial. Wow, that's dark. Okay. We're gonna go look over Finn and Eddie. Or Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Cool. Got a little Finch in there with a little hat. It's kind of adorable. 2 Finches. Cute little Finch couple. Okay, now I'm going upstairs.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Alright, that's not working. Oh crap, now I can't remember where I have to go. Now I know later I'll be able to crawl through there, but I can't do it now. I now can't remember. Down here? Down here, yeah. Okay, it's off to my left, or to my right. This is Molly's room.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Okay, Dragonloot says, why do you know where to look for skeletons in this game? This is nuts. I don't like this house. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, it's a little mouse. Mouse with a little hat on it. Honestly, should be a cat, but mice are cool too. Alright, so the one door that's open is...
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
freaking awesome.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Because look at this. If you're going to be in a room with like a mural, you got sharks over here. And it's going around a corner so it looks even cooler. You got like a shipwreck or something over here. And then you got a random trolley. And the steps kind of go where... maybe not where the steps would be on a trolley, but still on the trolley wall.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20 leagues under the sea. So because the key worked in this, that makes me think that the mom was like, she wanted Edith to go through the entire house because she'd have to find this one specific lock.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Okay, chat. Dragonloot says, it is not healthy to go around in sealing rooms of dead family members to just have peepholes to look into. I know. And the thing is, it was just going to be sealed, and the peepholes was an act of rebellion. Because they didn't want those rooms sealed off, so at least they could see into them. Okay, this is one of my one scene I do like, because once you crawl in here, you got this really nice tree, which is foreshadowing, with light coming in.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
And you have this cat.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I have no idea what was behind that door.
This is still her journal that she has in that one book that the person with the cast is reading on the boat.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Nice little rocking horse.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
I'm gonna look back. Oh, can I not? Thought I could look backwards out.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's adorbs. Got a little Halloween candy thing and a shark. Good foreshadowing. Mount Rainier.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Nice little fake wall painting thing. I love that. It's so pretty. So cool. Look around before getting into the story. Has like this sea monster jellyfish thing on the bed. Map of the house. Sea star with the arm cut off, but it looks like it was for scientific reasons. Little Christmas tree without leaves. Another fairyland stuff. Information about sharks and underwater creatures. Let's see what else before I get into the story. Owlhead. Oh yeah, foreshadowing. Alright, so before I get into this,
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
So that's her little memorial picture here. Okay, before I start this, trigger warning of death and poisoning. So just so you know, I guess child death because she is only 11. Wait, is she 11? She's 10? She's 10. So trigger warning. For those specific things. But again, it's weird, but all these deaths are made to sound like they're fun. And very interesting, and death is an adventure. So it's, I don't know. It take it as you will, but it is a trigger warning for child poisoning and death. Alright, I'm gonna start it. I like this part. It's not as my favorite as the later suicide one, but still one of my favorite ones on the things here.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay. Candy, maybe?
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
I think it started with the gerbil food because too many people probably said, like, wait, I'm not going to eat the gerbil, am I? And then so the gerbil food being prompted there makes more sense. Like, no, you're not going to eat the gerbil, you're going to eat the food. Let's see what else is before I go in there. Ooh, is there a fish in this room? There are fish in this room. Wait, can I get in there?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh, so cool. Christopher probably, like, if you ate him, you would probably have, you know, you probably wouldn't have died. Just saying. Trigger warning.
I kept eating and eating.
Toothpaste, if you don't know this, is poison. Especially in large amounts. That's why you're supposed to spit it out. Just so you know. Yeah. Those chemicals are not good for you. Also, about to... trigger warning. Hollyberry, real hollyberry, which these are poisonous and a hallucinogen.
I ate a lot of things that night.
This poor kid.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Again, sound getting the attention.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Okay. One of the cool things about this, now, like, that I'm playing it after I've played it so many times, I have this thing, I'm gonna put this in the stories too. Birds, especially around outside of windows, and it's like a cultural thing, there's a tradition thing, that is a sign of death. The impending death is a death omen. Not necessarily a bad death omen, but the death omen. So the fact that they have this in here is really good, because it's like, Psychopomp, the angel that takes you to the afterlife, basically.
I reached out for her. And suddenly...
I was a cat!
I was a cat!
Oh, I love it! Sorry. That was my favorite part of the story. Like, you turn into a freaking cat. With a bell! Well, that's crap. So cool. And so the bird is leading me.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
And you'll notice that this was yellow and contrasty, so you know where to go next. Oh, the cat's purring. It reminds me of my coworker's cat. It would always purr during meetings. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just gonna go. I think I can go higher. Can I go higher? Back over here, maybe? Not sure exactly where I'm going yet. Oh, there we go. Right over there.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Again, showing you where you're gonna be in the future. I don't know where I'm going. The nice thing is, even though I don't know where I'm going, it's only gonna let me go in whatever place I'm able to go. Okay, I'm not going down, I'm going up somehow. Oh, there we go. Wait, where am I at? There we go. Do I go down here? I can't remember. Oh, that's cool. It makes you go back a little bit like a cat would if they were about to jump. Okay, down there.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Okay, looking at chat real quick. Any shark, good foreshadowing. Why is the shark foreshadowing? Oh, you'll see here in like a few minutes. And was I right? Should I not be here for this? Again, it depends on what you don't like to watch. Like I said, it's not as bad as it sounds, I think. But that's my opinion.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Oh, look at those cute little tiny pigs. A little scene happening over here. This is the kind of trip I would totally have on holly berries before I die. Wait, what? I don't know where I'm going. I think I go up? It makes sense that I would go up. Where you at, bird? I don't know where I'm going. I can't remember. I'm just gonna look up and keep pushing the button until I get there. Okay, where is the darn bird? Not there. Oh wait, is this what I think it is? Is this the tree swing? No, maybe not. Okay, I legit don't remember how to get to where I need to go. I might have just messed it up. Okay. Okay, I hear it to my right. Where is the darn bird? It's up there? Okay, I'm gonna go back to this table, because I think I'm just on the... Oh, there it is. That's why. I wasn't even on the right tree.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
So...
All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
So was that not the big tree I was on before? Look at this. Foreshadowing. Like, that's the place we're gonna go. How do I get up there? Ha. Bird looks like it's leading me somewhere.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Where you at, Rabbit? I'm just gonna sweep down anyway. Whee!
Rabbits.
Aha. Can I get it? Can I get it? Oh! I got it! First try. Oh, second try maybe?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh, by the way, animal death?
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
But like, you know, an animal
Then
eating
I
another
flew
animal.
off to find something bigger.
Okay. I got an achievement the last time I did this. Oh, I hear something. I hear
A
something.
mama rabbit.
Oh, I'm way off. No! No! Oh, I lost it. Darn it. So much for the achievement. Oh, come on. Oh. These are mini games, by the way. That's why I'm struggling. Oh, here we go. There we go.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh, you know what? It just dawned on me. Oh god, that's dark. I feel like I have dreams that I'm living. Or that I'm doing stuff underwater, and I think that's sleep apnea. So this is probably the story where the kid is like having trouble breathing.
I rolled off a cliff and into
Oh
the
my
ocean.
god, it's the first time I noticed he stopped a car!
I was hungrier than ever.
God, this game is so crazy, but I love it. Okay, where's that? Where's the seal? Where's that seal?
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Ugh. The controls are inverted. Oh. Good, yeah, I got one.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
If you didn't like the cutie scene and It Takes Two, you're not gonna like this game. Okay, where? I need another seal. I want another seal. You another seal? No, you're the same one. Oh, come on. This is so hard. Okay, I'm lost now. I'm just going to go forward, I guess. Here he is.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Okay, I'm looking at chat. What the fuck is this acid trip? Exactly! Also, Rabbit's freaking scream. What scene? Okay, so in, It Takes Two, there's a scene where you have to try to, make the kid cry, and then so you're going after a, elephant tape recorder kind of toy, and you basically torture the crap out of it. And not necessarily meaning to, but like, it's still very traumatic.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
And it was dark. This bird is still leading me places. Freaking psychopomp. Can't keep up with you, bird.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
I obviously didn't want that guy. I want this other guy. Wait, am I in the wrong place? Oh, I guess maybe I do want this guy. I guess I've been eating everything. I'm a sea monster! It's what I do. Y'all have a role to play.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Okay, I guess trigger warning alcoholism? I think he's just drunk. I don't think he's an alcoholic though. No, he's not over there. Yeah. What do we do with a drunken sailor? I want to eat you! Oh, look at that lamp. I need to make those. At least I'm not making lamps. I see you, bird. Okay, I'm gonna stop with it. The chat says, Dragon Loot, this little girl. Hey, why is she so hungry after not eating dinner? You're a little girl, probably growing. Maybe they even have lunch, who knows? It makes me wonder what caused the mom not to want dinner. Like, or not to give her dinner. Like, was she thinking that the kid was misbehaving because she's a kid, or was it because they didn't have the money? We don't really go into that. But they have a fortune, so it couldn't have been the money thing. Probably something else going on. I think I saw a interpretation of this. Oh, come on. I don't know where I'm at. Where the people that believed in the curse not only saw death as a good thing, like I keep talking about, I'm stuck again, but that maybe they caused it on purpose because it's a family curse and a tradition. So maybe that was, you know, part of the plan of the mother was to say that, look at this, this curse is real, by making it real, which is really dark and sad. And I have no idea why. I don't know where I'm going. I know I need to get to a toilet. I just don't know where that is. Okay, there's yellow stuff over there. There's music over there too. So I can't be that far off. Oh, I keep missing this area. Nope, nope, nope. This area. There we go. I think I'm going in the right direction. I haven't seen that bird in a while. That red light is not helpful. Other than maybe I'm not going the right way. Where am I going? Okay, there's a bright thing over there. I feel like I'm going in circles. I'm missing something. gonna go back upstairs. Whoa, this is the first time I noticed this. Are we right by the house? Oh no, it's something else out there. Oh, what's in this room? Have I been in this room? It got through the whole song. I obviously am lost. Oh, here we go. I gotta get the captain. Am I back to the start? Yes. Dragonly says, but also she's really okay with just murdering everything. Well, she's on an acid, well, not an acid trip, but a hollyberry trip. Okay, let's go around. Okay, this tentacle is really hard to control. Ah, here we go, last guy.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Again,
I
I'm going
slithered
into
onto
a
the
sewer.
sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Dragonloot says, but I'm also like, she wanted to eat her fish. I think if she ate her fish, she wouldn't have eaten the berries and the toothpaste. Oh, this place looks familiar.
I got closer and closer.
Trigger warning. Oh, listen, they even have a bell to
All
open.
my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
And so that's how the deaths are in this. They're very fantastical, kind of like stories, and a lot of times it's very like they die doing something they want to do kind of deaths. Should have eaten the gerbil if given the chance, probably. Oh, yeah, you're the cat. And so it prompts you after that to obviously go in the same direction as Molly just went, onto the roof, outside the window.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I think that also plays on the idea that people get reincarnated, maybe as pets. One of the things I put in stories, especially one that was inspired by this. This game gave me a dream that I need to make into an actual game because it was a story game like this. It was fantastic. Too bad it doesn't exist. But one of the themes in that was people come back, like if you believe in angels kind of thing, they come back as house pets, as support for you to live your life kind of thing. And so having a Molly named, or a pet named Molly makes sense in this context.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Norwegian folk tales. Again, that kind of goes with that idea of like all these fantastical endings.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, that's cool.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
And they like to live in kind of a fantasy world kind of thing, and that's the dragon slide that we saw outside. And that's that red hat on that bench. Look at these little cute little gnomes. Built in 1937. So he built this house that we're in.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Molly concepts. Merle sketches. Barbara concepts. So, like, she was planning out these rooms and how they were going to memorialize the lives of her family members.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
It was cool.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
You'll see later what she means by mole man. Open that door here in a second. Aw, it's the last one. She's
Louis
looking.
died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Lewis's story's my
Edie
favorite.
knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Mostly because of the gameplay. Like, they did the splitting of a mind
Her room
really
was like
well.
a museum.
Oh, we're going to learn about Edie and Sven.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
It's interesting how they have the guy on the house because he went down with the house.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
The only thing that would make that better is if it was an actual 3D, because that's what those things are for.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
He gave him the beard. And look, they got more. Oh, that's cool. Mysteries of Death and Thereafter. Joining the Great Majority. He's trying to escape of a curse, but it seems like he's also contributing to it. Can't look through the people on this side. You'll notice where Edie was sitting that she has her oxygen, someone to help her out with the chair, and medications. And it's been it was probably like a queen size or king size for both people, and then they got it down to like this hospital bed looking thing with a walker. I think she's is that Norway? Norwegian? Alright. Okay, I'm gonna look at chat real quick. Dragonloot says, this kind of reminds me of a old book named The Thornbirds. The entire book starts with a bird named the Thornbird. Then it came time for it to die. It would find the biggest thorn it could and impale itself. And as it died, it would sing the most beautiful song of its life. People show their true selves in their last moments was the entire premise of the book. That actually sounds really interesting. And this game sounds like fun. It is It is fun. Like if you like narratives and you like interactive narratives where you're actually
The only trace
controlling.
Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Then it is actually kind of fun because there's these little mini games. Oh my god, it's so sad. Why would they make this the
It was a
memorial?
pretty big trace.
Why would they make this? Oh, it's so sad. Foreshadowing. Trigger warning. Okay. But not a trigger warning right now, but yeah, it's one of the sadder things on here. There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
I want to make one of these, even if it's digital.
It's in the last place you would look.
Nope, go back.
It isn't in the cupboard.
Nope, no, go. I'm not doing the controls very well.
It's hidden in this book.
Oh, cute. And so Sam was a photographer, and this was his dark room.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Let's see what we got here. Can't really see that. Aw, cute picture. It's probably Edith. Picture of the memorial that we'll see later. That was his dead brother. Oh, more stuff about his dead brother. We'll get to that later. He was a hunter. That's somehow. Oh, I don't know what that is. That might be something I missed earlier. I think that was controls in the brother's side of the bedroom. Murder probe clues exhausted. Don't know what that's about. I think maybe he was a photographer for that. And so it's gonna push me down. Yeah. Prompting with the next story, which I think is cool because the Molly's story was prompted with a doodle. This one's prompted with a doodle. So the next one, and this is a doodle by Milton. So the next one will probably be Calvin, if I remember right. Let me move this out of the way. Which means Sam would crawl under there just to go and do his photography stuff. Alright, so Calvin and Sam's room. Okay, that was really fast. Let me do it like my slow motion thing that I like to do. Okay, now I'm gonna look at it. One thing I like in narratives and stories, especially visuals, are things that show time passing, and height charts are one of my favorites because it stays in the environment, and so it shows how this person died and stopped growing while this person continued to get taller and grow into adulthood.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
And the fact that they were twins,
And that he never talked about him.
kind of means even more when it comes to the height differences. And why they might do height differences for them and not the rest of the family. Someone likes to shoot. Looks like it's Sam. Double meaning of the word shoot. And so Calvin was really into space, as you can see. Fort Calvin. Which is really cool because he actually has 2 levels. Just like the house has many levels. To the command center. We got little
I guess my
hanging
grandpa
stars.
didn't like history any more than my mom did.
This is all made for a kid, so yeah, she has to crouch down. I'm gonna read chat real quick. Dragonloot says, is also the book about a corruption in the Catholic Church. Makes me want to read more. The Thornbirds was also adapted to a TV series. in like the 80s, and there's a lot of death. I won't spoil it for you on the off chance that you read the book. I might read it and then watch the series because I really do like to I like looking at adaptations, and even though they make me mad, the only thing recently that hasn't made me mad, if you're interested, is The Time Traveler's Wife. The book is good. The TV series on HBO is a really good adaptation so far into a TV series. So, if you like that kind of thing, it actually does it justice. Oh, that's good. Okay, so before I start this, it's another story. So obviously, trigger warning, and this is going to be, I guess, child death trigger warning because it's another child that's dying. But honestly, it's another one of those stories where it's like they die doing what they want to do. So it depends on how you take that.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
He already broke his foot once. Oh, I guess I got to do both feet at the
My
same time.
brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again.
Okay, this
And
is
he wasn't.
way out of whack on this. Okay, hold on. I'm
I
going to
think
try to get
Calvin
this forward.
always wanted to fly.
I had to use the joysticks as feet. So I gotta do them both at the same time at the right time. Like you're actually swinging. Which I think this does a good job. This game does a good job of making you immersed.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Everyone's stubborn in this family.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, sadly now every time I do it in a game, I'm like, hey, it's like the What Remains of Edith Finch.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yeah, but then Sam stayed in there for 7 more years. With this memory of his brother just, like empty.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Again, shooting. He enlisted and became someone who did photography as well as shoot. Oh, I think this is where I need to go, so I'm going to go back over here real quick. More images. I'm going to look at chat real quick. I'll see if I can send you the book on Facebook if you're interested. Yeah, definitely. Let's see if I can get up here. Oh, I can a little. I don't think there's anything up here, though. Alright, onward. All these hidden doorways. I see a lot of reels on Facebook with all these like hidden rooms and different things people are putting in their houses. I'm like, that's kind of cool. One thing I really like about video games is how I can use it's taking a 3D space and turning it into 2D and what you can do with that. And here's a good example. It's the next story with a doodle by Milton, and you're seeing it framed by the hallway, like right away when she ducked down. So I think that's really neat. They are able to.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
I'm gonna open this up so I have a way out. It's not important. It's mostly just so you don't have to worry about it later. Yeah. Eek. Okay, so the next story is Barbara.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Well, she didn't get very old, so I could see that. Let's see what this says. Can I even read that? I'm too far away from my TV. Well, maybe someone else can read that. I don't remember. Some kind of award. I like how her brand is just the little kid screaming with a Bigfoot behind her. Barbara with like the Hollywood lights. Surrounded with this mural of Hollywood. Oh, that's so cool. Oh. What is it? I think I can just get back in. I'm not gonna get back in yet. Because I want to hear the story. Oh wait, the story's outside. But I do want to look around first. Oh, look at this. Seattle Starlets. That's so cool.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Birthday cake. Barb Street. With 3D. It'd be really cool if these 3D references mean like, hey, eventually they're gonna have a 3D version, but I won't hold them to that. Hey, Molly the cat. I'm just kidding. Okay, I guess it is in here. It's not outside. Oh, that's right. There's a thing in this story that prompts it for the other thing outside. But that head thing on the left there with the wig thing, I had that for a art project once to hold a Oculus, or was it Oculus? No, it was a Samsung Gear headset for an art thing that was commissioned by Ohio University, and someone freaking stole it from the library. And not only did they steal the cell phone and the headset, they stole the foam head. And actually, it sounded like a separate person stole the foam head. Like, seriously, it's $5. Maybe not even that much. And people were stealing these foam heads. I'm sorry. I can't think of a foam head without thinking about how, like, someone freaking stole a foam head.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
This is a really good one. Trigger warning for horror movie. Obviously, she's under 18, so child death. Yeah, this is more of like Tales of the Crypt kind of thing. It's really cute.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So
Ow.
Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box.
Nice
The
prompt.
secret is to keep winding and winding
Or not prompt,
until
but
finally the key
set
pops
up.
out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
20 minutes and you haven't checked on your boyfriend yet. It's a
She
basement.
reached for the music box.
And this even trains you on how you're
And
supposed to
as
get
she
this.
wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Go in the right direction. Here we go. Listen to music. It's Halloween. It's gonna give you a copyright claim.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Now I got a weapon. I gotta knock everything over. Yeah. Let's see what else I can knock over. I think I can get an achievement by knocking enough stuff over. Ooh. Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay, I know I need to go through there, but I want to see what else I can hit. Yeah. Alright, go into the bloody handprint area.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Just gonna keep hitting things. That was a fun sound effect right there. Yeah! I got a trophy. Cleared the table. I don't know why it was that particular table. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I remember where this is supposed to go. Okay, I'm gonna get through here. You'll notice too that stuff's bright where they want you to go.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Hit it!
Oh dear!
I didn't even scream.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh yeah, control it again. Knocking the clock off. Oh come on, I can get this clock. Okay, maybe not. Oh, can I? No, that has to break later. Aha. Ooh, I like this hanging chair. I'm just gonna hit everything. Okay, upstairs. I don't think that's what that looks like now. Isn't it globes now? I can't remember. Roller skate. That's a trip danger. Not that door. Oh, here we go.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara
Oh
turned,
no, it's a real
saw
hook
the
man.
hookman, and
Hookman.
was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
Okay, let's see where else we can go. Oh yeah, this is that room with the hidden doorway.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Okay, the whole everyone's got a role to play, that was not
Molly's door hadn't been
on purpose that I said earlier, but it fits.
The hinges grow.
Hello. Told you it was a trip hazard.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over
I
yet.
guess I gotta go downstairs. It won't let me drop. Hey, it's a skeleton. It's not in a closet because it's Halloween, but it's near a closet. Kind of want to go and see what is in this closet. Okay, there's nothing in the closet. He's gone. Oh no.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she
Can I get up here?
heard was...
I guess I gotta go get the door. Oh, look at the eyes. The cat eyes.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door,
Oh, there.
she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story.
Set it
As
up for the next
Barbara,
story.
Tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
I love how they were able to put a comic book in a game, and it was a playable comic book.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Exactly. All these deaths are, like, in a way, weirdly happy for the person. Oh my god, the memorial actually has her holding the crutch. What the heck?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
That's our next spot. Whoa, after that room, everything looks super dark. Probably to get you to go to the light. That was a weird, save. It's in the hallway. Here it is. Okay, maybe I can do this a little bit better this time. No! Other way! Keep going. Here we go. Alright. Going to the same pathway. Got a pool table, nothing to hit the balls with though. No crutch. This is Finn's workshop. Makes paint. Oh, and then all the memorial pieces from the tree.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I like that. Meaning she probably had one before. And then the small scale dino or dragon slide. Not really any blood left on there. Oh my god. This guy's as bad as me when I do art. Like, I just leave crap on the ground because then you can pick it all up at once versus having to do extra effort picking up each piece every time you put a piece on the ground. Same thing with, like, getting paint.
I saw
on
Edie
my
sneak down
clothes.
to the basement once, carrying packages.
Getting paint and my clothes messed up and different things like that. Like, dude, I'd
I
rather
thought
wash
maybe
it
she was
once
hiding
instead of
presents.
change every time. Here is the fridge that we opened in the last thing. Oh, come on. Come on. Which way am I pulling it? Ah,
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
generator. I like how some of these scenes you can tell when they have it turn into another scene, it goes really dark like that, kind of like how some people cut film, where they can slip in times when
I
things are
remember
loaded.
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Oh, I should check the chat real quick. Dragon Loot says, I've actually done a 360 on the swing. I don't doubt that. If you get enough centrifugal force, I think that's the right force. You could probably go around and relatively safely. It's putting force on the swing. What killed Calvin was jumping off the swing at a huge force and then falling into the ocean, lake, whatever that is. Okay, I have work in the morning. Well, I'm glad you got a job, Dragon Loot. Hope you have a good evening, and I hope you enjoy your work. Oh, and all the pockets. I don't know what that meant. Alright.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh, thank you, Dragon Loot. Thanks for stopping by the way, and chatting. I heard the ding of my messages, so thank you. Alvino's cereal.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
I'm gonna do the story of the Mole Man first, or next. Nice little train track setup. Radio. Alright, so trigger warning for death by train. Spoiler alert too, but
goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
my controller is vibrating with haptics. Oh. Hold on. It's also vibrating as I do this.
But after
That's
a few
cool.
days, I settled into a routine.
I'm not doing this right or something. Okay.
That's what kept me sane.
I don't know if it's my controller, because I don't remember it being this crazy on getting this to go.
Having a schedule, living for today.
Oh, and these are canned beaches, which, if you're an apocalyptic...
I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Apocalypse. If you're an apocalypse fan...
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
then you'll know that canned peaches is a trope when it comes to post-apocalyptic stories. It comes from
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
A Boy and His Dog, I think, is the original thing of that, but you also notice it in The Last of Us and Fallout, which Fallout is got some stuff related to a dog and a boy, or a boy and a dog. What is with it? I think my controller might be having issues.
Almost friendly.
How is this? Wow, my controller is really having issues.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
Like he's got age spots. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. No, it's the only thing it's letting me do.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Okay, I think my controller's might be bad. Because it's been having issues recently. Or it's like my PS4 is having issues with communicating with the controller. And it's trying to vibrate while I'm doing this, and I think it's making it really weird. I'm like mashing the joystick to get that to do that. It's so weird. It's usually you just push up and you don't have to keep mashing it.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
See, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, would I be more afraid of change, or would I be, like Walter is here, wanting something to change? Because it's 30 years of the same thing every day. Like, I don't know if I'd be afraid or I'd be looking forward to it. More books. Check that out. Gonna read chat real quick. I was saying hit all the pole balls into the pockets. Oh, yeah. I was hoping I could, but they don't give me much control.
I know it's
over
out
the
there
crutch.
somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly
See, believing in the curse
and Calvin.
makes them think it's real, and
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
I love how it was tied in that
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
especially the food. It kind of ties back to Molly. Seeing the train as a monster ties in with Barbara.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
And that was Walter.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
And that's why when Edie was talking about a mole man underneath the house, her mom got really mad about it.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
And we follow the same footsteps as the person we just went through. Oh,
Maybe
wrong way,
she was afraid
wrong way.
I'd end up like Walter.
No, go.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
I love how the words show up down where you're supposed to be going.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oh, look at
I
the
don't
trash.
want to make the same mistakes she made.
Ew.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2,
Foreshadowing.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
And here's Walter's little memorial shrine thing. See if I can zoom in. Train conductor hat. Oh man. And train. And a truck. It'd be interesting, like, now I'm wondering if the shark falling onto the street didn't cause a truck to swerve and make a train go. I don't know. It's like totally different decades, but so. So the train actually crashed, and I think what it was is the train wasn't going because of maintenance, and that's why it was a week that had been, like, not going.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Oh, here. Woo. That's the old house, by the way. The house that sunk. And the reason it's got a red light on it
Maybe
is
it'd be better if all this
boats
just
don't hit
died
it.
with me.
That's those solar light. I used to have those.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Let's see how far you can go out. Nope, that's as far as I can go. Dog that's falling apart.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
See if I can go out on here. Oh, I can only go that far. Alright. It's kind of cool that it's letting me. I would not trust these stairs. Did you see that, Doc?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
And the cool thing is when you look at the house and it's like making you look at the house at the same time. So nice.
Any of it seems possible.
Gonna run into this wall even though I don't need to. Okay. Okay, so I think there was a ladder.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so
go.
long, we've just gotten used to it.
Oh, okay, this is bringing me to the graveyard.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Good point.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
It's cool that you have the pet cemetery with the human one right behind it.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Burpee, Chirpy, Burpee, Derpy, Derpy Jr., Lurpy and Zerpy. And there's Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, and Lucy. Oliver, Bob, Shadow, Christopher, oh, the fish! Shotzi, and Bailey, and Frog. That's gonna show up here a little bit later.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
I like how there's like a little seating area, like right there, even though in reality that tree is gonna make that not last very long. You have to keep rebuilding it. Molly Finch got a little cat angel. Calvin got his little space rocket thing. Sven got a saw. Edie got a book. Walter Finch, check this out. Check this out. Isn't that cool? I mean, it's kind of dark for how he died, but the fact that he was, it shows him at least leaving the house and going outside. Barbara Finch got her star. And then we're gonna see Odin's here.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
One of the scenes I got, like, for my report, I did something like this. Just because it looks so pretty. Of course it was slower than that. Let me see if I can get that out of frame. Something like that. Doing a shot of his face.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
I'm trying to get this shot. He's giving like a salute once he goes down with the house. And the house in front of the house. Oh, this game is beautiful. See if I can zoom in. Oh, yeah, the zooming. If I can get it, come on. I swear, I think my controller's not working. Aha. Yeah,
Edie
that's
said
zooming
she
in.
dreamed about the old house every night.
And this is actually setting it up for another scene that I'm going to be zooming in and out of. I guess I can only do that one. That's the only prompt. Or that's the only story thing. I keep calling everything a prompt. Okay. That's where we just were. Oh, I got stuck. Down this way, that's it. Wait. Yeah, now I'm stuck again. What am I not seeing?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Okay, this is the kind of design in this game I really like. I totally forgot this
Her
area
dad
was
had
over
been
here.
pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Like, I didn't see this here, so it's something that you are meant to not notice was even there until you're on your way back, which I think is fantastic. It's great. You could have came here earlier, or I could have came here earlier, and I missed it. I think I missed it every time I've played this on the way up. So we got Gregory Finch, who was the baby. Sam Finch was the father military photographer guy, which was her grandfather, Edith's grandfather, and her mom's stepfather. And then Gus was another, like an uncle. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Well, partly. It's something that you just miss, that there's
She
like
lost
another place
two
to
of
go.
her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Until you get back down here. So Milton Finch.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
And that's why it's got a painting thing on it, because he was a painter. Sanjay, which is, if I remember right, it was her mom's husband, so her father? Lewis Finch is their brother. And there's a reason there's a crown on it.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I also like that, what was I gonna say? Crap. Oh, the headstones of people you haven't heard yet or haven't seen their stories yet. It's nice that you get to see them before you see their stories. Again, you saw the condition of the dock. Do not trust
But looking
this.
back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Surprise! I mean, it's only a surprise if you didn't, like, look straight down at your stomach. Oh, you can't do it on the tree. But here, let me get off this tree where Molly the cat was. How do I get... I can't remember how I got to the next spot. Oh, here we go. There's a ladder over here. Not on this side? Yeah, it is. Okay.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
I looked down earlier, and I forgot to stay on it, but yeah. The entire time you could have looked down and see that she was pregnant.
They were both pretty intense.
Okay, one thing I noticed, there wasn't a Milton flavored, what do you call it, doodle. I could have missed it though. This is Sam's place, like room. Cat. And these are probably his photographs as he used in the military. Airline ticket. So he was probably on his way to fly somewhere and travel. Photography equipment. Deer
Instead of
heads.
hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Feels like everyone was in this family. Canada Goose.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Aw. And so Gus is the one with the mohawk. And then I'm guessing that's Kay, Sam's wife. And Sam, and based on ages, that's Gregory's the baby. And, oh, what's her name? Her mom's name. Well, it's her mom is on the right. And they shot a deer. Ooh. Images of war. Oh, that's great. Like the images part, not the war. Alright. Trigger warning. God. Animal death because there's a hunting scene. Also, I don't know how to explain this. Falling death? This one actually has the death on the screen, so trigger warning. Nope. No. No, pick it up. There we go.
Dawn,
Great.
I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn.
Oh,
Shooting
crap.
is strongly encouraged.
Oh, Dawn is the name of the mom.
What?
There you
Perfect.
go. Cute.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Such a father. Here you go.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
That's true.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Obviously, Death Omen. Yeah,
Aw.
get a picture of it. And it's going off to that one place over there,
Definitely
but
should not have
I know
drunk
this
all
is
that
a good
coffee.
one.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Okay, I know there's a deer up here that I gotta get because there's a Death Omen over here.
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Oh my god.
Dad,
if my dad hunted, this is how my dad would
Just
be.
breathe. Turn off your imagination. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive... Great shot, Dawn!
Oh yeah. Trigger warning.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Make it up there in time.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Although he died in that moment, pretty nice shot. And I'm glad he didn't get shot by the gun.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh, he remembers his brother Calvin through these, like, little spacemen. Oh, and, I don't know when it was, but Lewis, I think they had little people in the Lewis thing, too. Alright, onward. I've been wanting to play this part for a while, because there's stuff I wanted to explore. Ready to eat meals? Because he was a military guy, probably. Wanted to always be prepared. And, obviously...
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
With Molly and stuff. I like the moon. We like the moon. Here's another good shot. But yeah, you would think in a family where someone starved to death and started eating poisonous stuff. Oh, and this is from earlier, in a picture. Planet control. Oh, and that's where, okay, and that's why they could see the moon and the planets from the window. Oh, that's cute. Oh, with crayons and a 3D glasses. Oh, come on! Sorry, I'm not doing the controls very well. They're actually very intuitive controls, very easy. I'm just sucking at it. I like these things in real life, especially like seeing kids try to build stuff out of blocks. Especially if they're giant blocks. Those are always fun. Alright. Huge trigger warning. Baby death. So it's not even just a death this time. I think I actually do like this one, mostly because of the gameplay. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But yeah, if you don't want to hear about babies dying, or you don't want to see a baby die, even though it's a great death, yeah, maybe not. Not for you. It's a divorce contract, which I keep pushing the wrong button, and it's just gonna put it back, like I don't want to watch it or something. No. I want my achievements. I know there's an achievement in this one.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
And just so you know, the music starts and stops with me moving the arm. And I love the fact that it's Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker, because I always see it in games, like turning something that's kind of negative, like a fight or a death or whatever, into something that's more like a ballet and a dance. So the fact that this psychopomp is a rubber ducky is kind of interesting too. I want my achievements, so I'm gonna go after these. Magnets. I don't think many people notice that these are magnets.
It's time to...
But I put magnets in my stuff, so.
Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Okay, back to the magnets.
I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Come on. I want my achievements. This is hard to control.
What his world was like.
Oh, that last one's always hard.
It reminded me so much of Calvin.
I want you to do the story so badly.
Lost in his imagination.
Yes! My trophy is Gregory.
Whatever it was, he saw.
Okay. I gotta get this guy off of here. Oh, come on. maybe not yet. Oh, come on! Forgot how hard this was. Okay, there has to be a trick to it. I think I have to have these guys follow behind me to push me up, maybe? Okay, I'm gonna go other side. Here we go. Baby? Yeah!
Sure made him happy.
Okay, now I gotta get him flipped over. There you go. And then I get on him. Oh, wrong way. Oh, I missed it again. Oh, these little mini games are great.
I know how silly it sounds.
It'll force you over there eventually. Bubble.
I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
The game's more important than the story on this one, I feel.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Okay, I've tried this before. I'm gonna go for a magnet. Magnet! You got the O? Like Donut Country? Oh, no. Okay, where am I at? Okay, I gotta get this one. Oh, inverted controls.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Kind of was her fault, but kind of my fault because I was a little frog.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
What's sad is I think Kay partly got divorced because of the baby dying. Which is a sad reason to get a divorce. And of course all the toys are featured in his little thing here. More birds. I can't do anything with them. Gregory in magnetic letters. And all these are from Sam, their father. This one's even got a hat, helmet thing, and that's for Dawn, who's moved her bed because she actually survived till survived into adulthood.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
Okay, going on to Gus. Which, let me look at this wall real quick. Yeah, they were so worried about this curse and everything. They had an emergency evacuation plan. Didn't really help in this situation, though. Trigger warning, again, child death, because he's not 18. But you play as the person.
A poem for Gus.
I guess you're doing all
who
of them.
always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard. before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Okay, that's kind of... that's the first time I noticed that they said Dad never hit the kids, at least not very hard. So maybe that's why the divorce. And this is a stepmom, like his second
My
wife.
father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
And just as a reminder, Gus is the one with the mohawk. He was kind of like that rebel kid.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
And it's right outside the cemetery. Look at this totem pole. You noticed earlier that this top of this totem
When the
pole
time for photos came,
was
Dad
in the
ordered
basement.
him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
When the wind picked up, it was harder to fly this kite.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
I'm a tornado!
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
But I'm a tornado! I'm gonna damage that dock.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
I find it interesting, like, she didn't re-roll that up or anything, because she's saying goodbye to the house. Or at least that's how I interpret that. And this door is all sealed, too. Of course, it has to be regimented. Raise flag, breakfast, quiet time. Duties, Dawn, sweep and trash. Gus, mop, mow yard. Greg, be a baby. Okay, that was kind of cute. Routine, jump rope, jumping jacks, push-ups. Wow, these are, wow. Why aren't they all above? Crunches, run to mailbox and back. I think they're all 100 times or 150 times. I guess that's why she can climb this wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Oh, this is cool looking. Mandala, or whatever that's called. I like how this house has so many nice views of the outside. And of course, a lot of this came from her trip to India. College application. Yep, trip to India. Oh man. People like me are the same way. Pack the day before. Heck, I packed the day up. Excuse me.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Yeah, okay, Sanjay was her dad. They look like a cute couple. Religion, science, math, history. Which is interesting because it didn't look like they really had... The religion they had is like more of a Norwegian thing going on. And then Sounds like she brought in some of this really cool, I don't know, Hindu? I'm not really good with religions. Where helping hands create safe places. Oh, more pictures. Aw, thank you. To do buy something books. Majors, English teaching, geology. Geology would be fun.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
You can look at
Lewis
a
was born a year later.
A lot about the space.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Look at this view! I used to say that back when I lived in an apartment on the first floor. Now I live up on an 8th floor, and I have my own nice view. I actually had a dream last night that it got dark in my apartment. I was like, why is it so dark? And I looked outside and it was all foggy like this. It was awesome.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
And so they have gardening for all the different people.
And to see kids in the house again.
It's kind of cool how Milton's is this painted by him and like a tall tower. And Edith's is kind of still living somehow. And all these are Lewis's. I'm surprised I don't see weed. It'd be funny if it was like just weed plants and it's all labeled mint, thyme, and sage and basil instead.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Oh, it's so pretty. Ugh, if I had an apartment on the other side of this building, I might be able to see the river.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
And so she taught at home. Multiplication. Wow. Multiplication tables. Edith. And then, like, all the names of the people. Oh, what's this say? Lewis Rolls. Sounds like Lewis. Our family history, fact or fiction. So she taught a lot about the family curse.
But it didn't last.
Edith Lewis Milton. Owls. Got a Christian cross there, but I don't think they mention Christianity too much here. Well, they do have a Holy Bible right there. Maybe it's just trying to, like, another sign that they're homeschooled for whatever reason. To teach and to learn 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. Scientific method, observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiments, data, and conclusion. Okay, I feel so bad. I have been streaming for almost 2.5 hours, and I just realized I did not do any shout outs to the followers that came in prior to this. I will do it at the end, and all the people that followed before and during this stream will be also listed and linked on the YouTube version. Alright, Odin Finch, talking about the curse. I like this part right here.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
And so it shows you this supposed castle, and you go and do this right away. But, did you see this? You could at any time go up these steps. But you don't think about that because of how well they do a good job on getting you to pay attention to going forward. And so you got, you know, crown with a mustache.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Of a frog. No end date because he disappeared. So this is the character supposedly that's in the Unfinished Swan, which I will be playing for the first time probably, if I get through this today, probably next Sunday. Alright. I like how there's footprints. And they're yellow. It's a good color that stands out. I also like the music. It's also nice that when you get pulled up, you see the house. Because it's the only direction that you get pulled up in, I think. And it's cool to give him a crown. Historic American newspaper available? Now available? Huh. It's paint. I like how this guy paints. If I have an extra rug in my apartment right under where I would be doing the most painting in case I spill paint. But I think it'd be fun. Like, I didn't see it down there, but all the splatters on the ground down below is probably because it went through the splatters here. Okay, anything I'm missing? Should look up. And again, the moon. I love this. It looks almost like he purposely splattered paint on the outside and inside of the glass. Alright, this is really cool too, this next part. The only playable part is moving forward, using a button, or like moving forward and backward, and I kind of want to recreate it, because it is so simple, and I feel like instead of using a controller, doing something similar with either this flipbook concept or a, was it Zero Trope? What is that called? The thing that goes around with the horse. You know what I'm talking about. One of those, but digitally, and interacting with body sensing, if that makes sense. Or some generative art that's still interactable. Okay, trigger warning, missing
Milton
person.
Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, I love this. I used to make these when I was a kid. My dad got me into it. Probably what it got me into the stuff I do now. There he goes. I like how he bows as if he's like saying goodbye.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
And he was young too. Okay, we go back down.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Only a month? Yeah, all this paint splatter might be from above.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Oh, this is foreshadowing for the next one. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah. This is where we're gonna be in the next one. Oh, that is cool. Oh, this too. This too. The ship. Huh. Interesting. I kind of wonder if these aren't like sketches of like the artist actually did and then they incorporated it into the game. That'd be pretty cool if that's how that was. And most people when they play this, they try to go through this as if they could get through it too. But one of the things I really like about this game is like it makes the depths like you don't know if it's real. They're all
Whatever
stories.
Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Look at that. It's so pretty, and I'm so glad I can actually see it out my window now. Same thing with these clouds. Oh my god, I get to see that a lot now.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Okay, this one, is my favorite.
After he
because of the
graduated, he just
gameplay.
spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Also because, just spoiler alert, he has schizophrenia, maybe?
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
I got a trophy called a closer look. It's probably because I went through all the different peepholes. And not only schizophrenia, but like depression and stuff, and trigger warning, suicide. But the way they expressed suicide, I thought was really well done. Like, it wasn't like just someone who's sad, which everyone assumes is everyone's experience with suicide. They actually show a different side, which is cool. I love the fact that this is a boat.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
And the funny thing is, it's probably, like, you may think there's a schizophrenia marijuana kind of, like, connection. If anything, I think the marijuana probably kept his brain chemicals more balanced, and so he was self-medicating. But then, like, I think it's funny how they always associate hookahs with that. I associate hookahs with shisha, which is flavored tobacco. Now, I have smoked weed out of a hookah, and it was the only time I felt anything. I think my brain chemicals are just weird enough that I just never had an effect from weed. I think if I did, I would probably do it. But I never had an effect, so it's like, why waste time and money?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
It died a lot. High school diploma, so he did fine. He got a high school diploma. He didn't have to worry about getting like a GED or anything. He had some kind of animal too, apparently, that he was taking care of. No, I didn't want to leave. That was a mistake. Okay, I'm gonna get back down there. Alright. I really like this wall. And how they make things glow. Red King's Dream. Oh, look at these old monitors. Having two because it's probably a gamer. Also having the WASD keys. And a bowl. This is cool. Alright. Last story. Well, if you want to think of it that way. Lewis Finch locker contents. So yeah, trigger warning, suicide.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Again, the weed
He
probably
kept working at the cannery.
helped him forget about the monotony.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Oh, I love this. So I'm controlling the fish with my right hand, and the fish are going to keep coming. I now have to use my left hand to control...
wander.
The guy on the left. So I'm splitting my mind in a way to do both things, which is kind of like a good representation of someone who might be in this situation where their mind is starting to wander and go into like a psychological thing, especially if he's not treating it anymore. When it comes to, like, maybe he was treating with marijuana to help make him be able to focus and all this other stuff, and now he's getting affected by the monotony and maybe other things that are coming onto him, like maybe depression, anxiety that maybe was treated. And so, of course, his mind's going to wander. It's his way of his mind making up for, like,
I
trying
asked
to
him
keep
to
him
describe
alive.
it.
Trying to keep him, give him a reason to live, I think. That's how I see it. Oh god, this is hard. I forgot how hard this was.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
I've heard this is even more
Then something moved. Bats.
splitting the mind when you play on the keyboard, maybe, because you have to do
And toads.
something with the mouth and the keyboard. Of course there's frogs. Hey look! Skeletons!
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
And now there's color. A little bit more depth.
I had hoped he'd find himself.
And paths.
But he found something more.
And now it's in 3D.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Yeah, he doesn't see what's going on.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even
look,
encouraged him.
It's spreading to be more of his reality than the fish.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Aw. Oh yeah, here.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Yeah, Lewistopia.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Now
And he
there's
made
music.
musicians.
Oh god, I forgot. I gotta do both hands.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
So he wants to
And he was
be
always
something.
humming something.
He wants to create. And that's something his job
Every
and
day
daily
his
life doesn't give him.
imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery,
He doesn't need to. He's in his head.
but his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Wait, where am I? Yeah, where am I? Oh.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Look, it's the whale from earlier.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Mario reference.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Lewistopia. Oh god, it's so hard, I forgot.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Aww.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
handsome queen.
Handsome queen.
I like how the water changes with this.
The queen was on her own quest for...
I'm gonna go with sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents.
You might get over there. I like how it gets more and more into this. It gets more and more complicated.
He followed the sound of her.
I'm gonna do... Let's do the sitar.
Electric sitar.
That was so hard with the fish.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
And now it's covered up the whole thing. Pretty much.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Ugh. It was really hard.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Oh, so good.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
And it shows like maybe he's feeling like he has no control or power in his own life, so of course
For
his
someone
mind
who'd never
wanders.
known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh, that was a nice transition. This is unsanitary with all the blood just around the room. This is my locker. I like Game Boy, or some kind of game. Like Imperial Palace, because that's mostly what they ate if they weren't eating tuna.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Wouldn't it pain you?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
And all the things you could have a delusion about, at least he's then a delusion about being a king and having some power and having happy little magician friends, not musician friends, and the dog.
I still thought I could save him.
This is the depths. You can tell there's like incoming depth when you get close to a light.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Looks a lot like Melon's door.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
You notice he's on a conveyor belt, so he's not even walking. guess I can walk on it, but he's on a conveyor belt. Like, it's like he has no choice.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Guess what the Calico's name is? Molly! Excuse me.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Wait, let me see if I can dance like them. Okay, now.
There was only one thing left to do.
Let me do a wish.
Bend down his head.
Trigger warning.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
I also like the fact that it ended with confetti and a celebration. Like, that was a very happy
My brother
way
was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
death. But again, I really like the fact that it wasn't showing like someone just really sad, or someone reacting to someone breaking up with them, or some kind of stupid classic crap. They always try to make it sound like why people want to kill themselves.
On the way
Half the
back
time,
from
people don't
Lewis's
even
funeral,
feel
my mom
anything.
told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Oh, like it's just a single E. Edith, mom. OD, T. Nothing really in the fridge. Again with the windows. Amazing.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
This lamp is in every room of the house. Happy 90th birthday. Oh, again, the window right by the... Oh, that has to be great during storms. To teach and to learn. And then food rations. Ooh, what's this? Come on. Disaster relief. Oh, that's cool.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
And then this is Edith's room that they had to build on. Little Finch in the window.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Now, there's a legend or superstition that if you make 1,000 cranes, then you get a wish. I always see this, and I kind of wonder what she was working toward wishing for with all the cranes, or if it's just a bird reference. And look, these are the young musician guys. Made out of paper mache. And she's got a shark in there. I like how oh, and look, there's the boat. And the, guards. Norwegian folk tales. Alright, is there a trigger warning for this? I mean, like, all of them have death. Yeah. Wait a second. Wait, I'm gonna get out of this. No, I guess I can't. I was
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
There's a lamp that's really cool with a bunch
Until
of words
supper,
on
when
it.
she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Stubborn. Eating Chinese food again. Are they gonna go back?
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Ooh, can't see down there.
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Of course, everyone's keeping secrets from each other in this house. Can I not go in there?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Is a bed that's randomly in the library?
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Someone came in and lit up the library with candles. That's cool.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
I don't know what that word is on the top left. Milton Lewis. Odin. The guild. The field of people. The houses. Lots of paper. Cross-screen cookery. I think this is the stuff from the kitchen. I think the kitchen might be actually right outside there. Alright, history of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh yeah, I had to start moving. Sorry about that. Actually, I might be able to finish this in around 3.5 hours.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
So it was the ocean.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Wait, when was this? Because the bell's tolling.
I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Okay, this is a really cool scene. Because you get legit lost. Ha, love it. You can kind of see that there's movement.
I got turned around.
Oh, this is great. that
For a
helps any.
while, I wandered.
Okay, I'm gonna go toward the words. It's trained me.
I started seeing things.
There's a deer. And in this scenario, I would say that's like maybe the recreation of somebody, like Sam or something.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
You came back to them. You're actually exploring an old house right now, lady. A little bit backwards, though, because you just saw your furniture.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Nice.
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Even the letter, the words.
I kicked and screamed.
Ended there.
Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Aww.
After that, we moved around a lot.
I'm controlling this.
We both tried to make the best of it.
Oh, haptics. The controller is vibrating.
A few years went by.
Oh, I like this. This is cool. Where you move it around, and if you blow on it. Oh, can I blow on it? Yeah, I'm just gonna move it around then.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
I really like
the last Finch left alive.
Because usually a bright light tunnel thing
Until I found out about you.
Means you're dying.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Dude, I'm gonna cry.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you.
Again,
and tell you all these stories myself.
I'm being born, so I think it's a neat take on both death and being born at the same time. Coming down.
I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
A tunnel toward a light.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Yeah, it's that last line that's just, ugh, it gets me. It looks like parts of the building are now coming down. So good. It's kind of cool. Like, it was turned around pretty fast if you think about it. This is for someone that inspired it. Like, it sounds like it might be the mom of the creative director. And these are all childhood pictures of the dev team. Got a trophy. Everything ends. Maybe that's why I like it too. I like stories that try to explain that endings are part of the story. And there's that boat again with the two balloons. I have a feeling that might be in the next game. And the hookah. And the kite. That's kind of destroyed. It's cool that they have... Thanks, Johan, is the trophy I just earned. The unlockables, they have an unlockables programmer, which is pretty cool. And several environmental artists. I think a lot of people, especially going into the field, think that if you want to do everything, or you have the ability to do everything, that you try to do everything. But if you look at games like this, you start to realize, no, this is a team. These are people working together, doing what they love to do, to make something amazing for people to enjoy. So, never expect one person or just a couple people to necessarily... Like, they can if they try to make something like this, but just know that this is a team. And it's always pretty cool how a team can come together to do that. And don't be hard on yourself if you're trying to do something big. If it takes you longer, or if it's hard at first. Just understand you're putting yourself against... probably something a team made. And there's no reason to do that. Just be happy with your successes. There's those canned peaches. Roller skate. I like how they put a lot of this stuff in the end credits. And it makes sense for the house, because it keeps going down and there's like more and more stories. Six, was it 37? I don't know what that means. I always like to put something with 615 in my stuff as a reference to Twilight Zone. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Cute. The Edith Finch team. That's pretty cool. Let's see, 5 years. It took 5 years, which is so cool. And that means, like, obviously planning, the actual production, testing, all this cool stuff that's involved in the process. It's pretty awesome. Alright. Oh, that's pretty cool how you can select. Ugh, this makes me want to eventually make this game that was inspired by this. Like, it gave me an actual dream of a game, and I've mentioned this in other streams, it's called Enough to Make It Snow. And it's about a lady at the end of her life, and it just kind of goes through her life, because it's like, you know how your life passes before your eyes? Well, the whole idea is, like, it passes before your eyes, but it's not as quick as you think, and it's sure as hell it's not in order. And so it basically goes through her life and her family, and different traditions and different things. It uses the video game medium to show varying levels of autonomy and control and understanding of people's motives. Yeah, I want to make it someday because I played it in my dream and it doesn't exist, and I couldn't even write it all down because I had to go to work that day. Ugh, maybe someday. But I am going to end the stream here. This is mostly just for me to geek out over it and play it again. I plan on playing the Unfinished Swan probably next Sunday. I just have to get my computer all set up to have 2 monitors. And not have 4 daisy-chained power strips to get everything working. And then I'll be able to stream through a computer instead of my PS4, which should make it a little less crazy with the controller. What else was I gonna say? Thanks to Annie Banny 42 and E Tempest. I know y'all from playing Dungeons and Dragons on Thursdays, and I thank you for following me recently. And also to a new follower today, the 100th follower, Dragon Therian. Thank you. And I really do appreciate it. It's pretty cool that you stopped in. And thanks to Dragon Loot and Dragon Therian for chatting. I always prefer to chat through these than to play it alone, talking to myself. I don't know. It just makes it more fun to have chatters. So thank you for coming in, and I'm happy, Dragon Loot, that you got a great job recently. So that's pretty sweet. I will be putting this on YouTube, and I hope y'all are having have a great night and have a great tomorrow. See ya.